Hey guys, what's up? Crypto Kerim back here again with another video. I'm joined here again with Jorge. I'll link his channel moving forward down in the description. And just to start off with a disclaimer, we are not financial advisors. We are just two college students really interested in crypto and investing, and we're just trying to help people, other college students, other people out who are also interested in this to learn and to gain
knowledge.
Yep. Okay, so this video is just going to be, we're going to do this weekly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
It's just a recap of the basic crypto environment, what our investments are, and how they've been affected by the environment. And just to start off, we'll start off with the Bitcoin price graph. Over the past week, it's been relatively stable. It was started with like 17K-ish. It dipped down to a low of 13K, but then it slowly started rising back up, and it's at 16K right now. So it's been pretty stable for the past week, and no one really knows where it's gonna go from here. It's been pretty much flatlined ever since it had the two peaks of close to 20K. But moving on to other cryptocurrencies, Ethereum staying strong, 771. Ripple's also strong, 118, and pretty much most of the other altcoins have been kept their value, and it's just that Bitcoin has dropped.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. No, honestly, right now we experienced a pretty, I guess you can consider it a crash, because it was at all-time high of about 19.8K, I believe, and then it just dropped down all the way to 10.5, which is that's a crash right there. And that was just basically people panic selling. But we have a few investments already. I personally just held on my Bitcoin, and I also have Litecoin. And but let's start from the beginning. So like we can just touch on basically some of the other coins we're involved in.
All right. Just to start off, we'll start off with Davor coin.
Yeah.
So starting with Davor coin, I've actually made a video on it. I'll link it to you guys.
Yeah.
So this is just a follow-up on what I've been doing, and then Jorge will talk about what he did. So to start off, I've basically been reinvesting every single day, and I plan to keep on reinvesting until I get my total investments back up to $1,000. Right now it's at 803.92, and I've gained $250 just from interest alone. And if I look at my affiliates, I have 4 affiliates that put in $130, and I made like $10.40 from that, so not bad. So once I get to $1,000 in total investments, I plan to start pulling out every single day until I make my initial investment of $543 back. But just Jorge, what about you?
So at first, when he initially invested, what was the date that you put in your loan, by the way?
I put in January 20. No,
that's not even here yet. That's release date.
No, for the day, December 6th.
So when he put it in, right, I was kind of staying back, but then December 17th came around, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna put in a loan. So I put in a pretty solid loan so far. I put it in on 1K, and so far that loan has been doing fairly well. I basically accumulated a good amount of interest, and unlike him, my strategy is a little bit different. I'm being a little bit more conservative in the sense that I have not reinvested any of my payments except my very first one. I invested, that first payment that I received was about $11. And I reinvested that. So total right now I have invested is $1,012.99. $1,012.99. But right now I'm just holding on to everything, hoping to get my money back. Again, I don't have a lot of money to play around with, so with this amount, you know, it was definitely a big risk. Like they said, big risk, big reward. So I put in a big risk loan right now, and I'm just biting my tongue, hoping that I can make this back. And when I do, I'm going to withdraw that, and then from there I might reinvest. So that's my plan right now with Davor.
Looking at the exchange here, I'll put it up on CoinMarketCap.
Oh, also, just a side note, I did have luckily I had a friend of mine who was interested, so he used my affiliate link. He put in a fairly large amount. So the 1K loan that I have, half of that money was what I received through the affiliate commission. It wasn't even my money out of pocket. So if you want to consider what I put in with my pocket, it's basically $500, same as him. I was lucky enough to have an affiliate who put in a large amount. But go ahead and touch on Davor.
All right, so with Davor, looking at the price graph, they've only been on CoinMarketCap for about a week now, but it's the most solid source of the price trends, because their internal exchange only goes back 1 day. But looking at it, they had a peak of around $22. Once when the Bitcoin crash happened, they went down to a low of like $14. But now they've recovered since then, and they've been hanging around the $20-ish mark. But that's about that with Davor. Yeah. Moving on, Eigen Coin. We haven't really made we both haven't made a video on this, but my video on Eigen Coin, the review will be coming out in the next couple of days to a week. But the point is, it's long story short, it's another lending platform, and their ICO is quote unquote finished. Like, you can't deposit Bitcoin anymore, but if you have Bitcoin in your account, you're still able to buy Eigen Coin. Most of their fifth round, part of their fourth round and most of their fifth round has gone unsold, and they said that they will burn these coins, which is better in the long run because that'll create more scarcity and that'll drive up the price of the coins. They do plan to have their lending and wallets, their internal exchange, by the end of next month.
Yeah, approximately.
And I just put like $30 on this. I got like 50 coins out of it, and we're just right now keeping an eye on it. What do you think? Predictions on this?
So honestly, right now, I feel like there's been a lot of other coins and ICOs that have gained much more hype compared to Eigen Coin. Eigen Coin was one of the ones that initially gained some attention. Again, they have a face to their name, right? They were interviewed. That's what got that hype initially. But then we saw the drive in Bitcoin, and then we have Ucoin, and then we have Davor, and like all those picked up. But my opinion is Eigen Coin, once things settle down, and once things have, I think pretty much like Bitcoin has like corrected, everything's more settled down now. I feel like Eigen Coin, people will return to it once like they start, taking further steps within their within their roadmap. Once they reach their next milestone. They're gonna be able to gain that hype again, and I feel like they're gonna do okay. Honestly, I hope this is not a coin that just gets completely dumped. That's my thing.
I don't think it's gonna get dumped. I think we're just not gonna see like the 1020x's that we got from like some other platforms like Davor. Realistically, I think we might see like a couple X, maybe up to like 5X, but I would be surprised if we got anything more than that. And even then, it's still 2 to 5X, which is nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
But that's about that. Not much to talk about. Let's go on to Ucoin and the absolute shit show that has been.
Wait, hold on, just to say something, just so you guys know, for my Eigen Coin, right, I have 31. He has about 51 coins. I have about 31. I'm not sure exactly how much money I put into it. I don't remember what that rate was. I got it at 70 cents though. First round. We both got our first round, so that's a good thing. So like, there's a lot of potential to grow. In fact, our money has already grown because of the ICO. So I just want to put that out there. I want you guys to know that with Eigen Coin so far, it's okay. Right, we're in pretty much a good shape right now. We're just going. But like he said, Ucoin has been a shit show for the most part.
Okay, so if you've been, again, this is have I talked about Ucoin? No, I have not made a video on Ucoin. This is another lending platform that I will make a video on in the coming days to a week. Basically, long story short, it's another lending platform, and it did start off with a lot of potential. There was a lot of YouTubers backing it. Going to their website, they had a good white paper. They had everything planned out. Everything was going well. Their ICOs sold out. They had how many rounds of ICOs? I think they had like 10 rounds.
Yeah,
and they sold out within minutes. Not even a minute. They sold out within a minute each round.
It was rough. I remember waking up. I had finals. I think you had finals too. I woke up early. I was ready an hour early on my laptop. Had it open in multiple browsers. Had the Google Chrome refresh extension on. Still no luck. And I did that for 2 of the rounds. I think the last 2 rounds.
And then the last round was only open to leaders, so we weren't able to get in onto that.
Unfortunately. And
not only that, over the past week, they've been hacked, and basically, it let people log into any account that they wanted just with a username, and they could just use any password. You didn't have to go through two-factor authentication. All that was pretty much nullified. And although withdrawals weren't allowed, a lot of people did get their accounts compromised. A couple people, like famous YouTubers, did get their two-factor authentication changed, so they were locked out of their accounts. And just pretty much a lot of FUD is being spread about Ucoin right now, and it still does show a lot of promise, but they have not been communicating with the masses, and it really depends. I did have 5.5 Ucoin Cash, and that went down to 4. I had the same amount. Did you
put in a support ticket yet?
I did put in a support ticket, but they haven't answered me back. So, I mean, they're probably being flooded by that.
Yeah,
honestly, I'm just gonna watch and see. I'm gonna pull out my Ethereum as soon as I can. They still don't let us withdraw from the exchange, which is pissing me off. But I'll just hold on. It's just 4 coins. I'll just hold on to it, see where it goes, and if I dump it, I'll dump it. If I keep it, I'll keep it. But that's that for now.
Yep.
What are you doing? What's your plan?
I mean, I was able to get about the same. I got 5.3 coins. That's just been sitting there. Honestly, I'm very. I guess you can say when it comes to ICOs, I'm more conservative with it. Even though I have been dispersing my money in different areas, I've just been sitting back, and I think I'm just gonna see how things turn out. You know, there's still time for them to communicate. There's still time for them to step up and make make the changes they need to make. They actually just pushed forth the date for their exchange.
Yeah.
It was supposed to open today. They pushed it forward.
It was supposed to open
28th.
today, this morning at 11 a.m., but then they pushed it back 2 more days. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if they push it back to January. And at this point, like, who knows?
And honestly, not to spread more FUD, but the thing is, a lot of people have considered this possibly an exit scam. But the fact that they've still held in up to this point, they should have left already if it was. So I don't think it is. I just think that they're dealing with a lot of back-end issues. Their support just isn't good. I have no reason to defend them, no reason to attack them. I'm very neutral, just waiting to see how what steps they take in the near future. So we'll see about that.
All right, that's that. Moving on to our last coin, bitfinite.
Here we go.
So, with bitfinite, again, another lending platform. I promise to make a video on all 3 of these lending platforms in the next week, I would say. But this one did show a lot of promise. The project was solid. I think this is going to be the first video I'm going to make on it. The first video I'm going to make out of these 3 in the next 3 or 4 days. But basically, their interest rates are pretty good. They had their ICO. They're actually they're on stage 4 right now, and they're having every stage every 2 days. So if you want to hop into this, I would say do it so cautiously and go into it knowing that any money you put into this, you might never see again.
Pretty much.
Right now, I was able to get into the second stage. The first stage was a mess. Servers were slow. A lot of people couldn't get into it, couldn't buy in. But the second round onwards has been pretty solid. And I'm sorry, I think
how many coins were you able to buy?
I was able to buy 270. I put in $250 worth of Bitcoin, but I bought in when it was around 18K. Actually went down to around 16-ish K when I bought in. So that lowered the value of my Bitcoin that I put into this to like around $190 worth. And then by the time I bought it, I only got like 217 coins. However, this does show a lot of potential. We could see somewhere between the range of 2 to 10x. No one really knows, but if we take a look at a hype stat, and you could talk about what you did, and I'll search this
so
up.
basically, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get into this ICO because of the fact that I just had some issues logging in, and basically I had, again, like it was just like a support issue. I reached out to them, they haven't heard back. And also different options that they have on their website doesn't even work for right now. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get in. This is one that I was very confident in. I was actually the one who introduced him to it. I heard about it through videos on YouTube, and I was like, hey, let's get on this. It looks good. Website runs smoothly. So right now, I'm just sitting back and waiting.
All right, so looking up on HypeStat, they have 3.3 thousand daily visitors, unique daily visitors, and that's really good for an ICO like this. Like I said, it does show a lot of potential. They do have their website set up. They have everything set up. They do have like their lending. They have pretty much everything to their platform set up. It's just that it's not. For example, with their lending and their exchange, it hasn't been released yet, so it's not available. But other than that, they have pretty much everything set. They just, once their ICO finishes, it's just a matter of will they go through with it and how smooth will it be.
Exactly. And how much, now let's get into like how much Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin we're each holding. Those are the top 3. So how much are you holding of Ethereum?
With Ethereum, okay, right now the only of those 3, the only one I'm holding right now is Ethereum. I have a 2/10 of an Ethereum in my Exodus wallet, and I do have a third of an Ethereum in my Ucoin exchange, but I'm just trying to pull out at this point. I just hope that they don't run with that.
Yeah, that would really suck for both of us.
But Bitcoin, I don't have any because I put the rest of it into bitfinite because I was scared that I was going to just keep going lower. And Litecoin, I never really had a Litecoin, but I'm just going to look, waiting for an opportunity to buy it at this point.
Yeah, currently, this is what happened with me, okay guys? So I wanted to, Davor I was very confident about, and I was like, I want to get into Davor, right? So basically what happened was I bought some Bitcoin. I bought a large sum of money worth of Bitcoin because I thought I was going to have to pay for my full loan. And I bought that much I bought Bitcoin at I'll say 19.3K, right? So I bought in, put my loan in, but then I didn't use half that money because, like I said, my affiliate helped cover that. So basically, what had happened with that was I ended up having that money left over, and then when Bitcoin hit 17.7, I thought that was one of the lows. I mean, I thought it was lately. You know, that around that time period, it was just going up and down. Like the lowest was like 17. Thought it was gonna stay there. Unfortunately, it didn't, and it just shot down. So right now, the value of my Bitcoin has definitely reduced a lot, but I'm holding on to it. I know it will eventually go up. Litecoin, I also bought in at $323. I bought 0.3 worth of Litecoin, and unfortunately, that has gone down as well. I've lost about $15 through there. But again, you know what? I just unfortunately did bad reads. Wasn't really, I guess, thinking fully. But I know that these will eventually go up. And for example, Bitcoin right now is slowly keeps hitting 16K and then going back down to about 15.5. Litecoin's at 280, so hopefully those go up sooner than later for me. But that's pretty much
most have hit a support, and it's only pretty much a matter of time before there's another bull run up at this point.
Exactly. So.
But other than that, I think that sums up everything that we wanted to recap over. If you guys liked this video, subscribe, hit the little bell icon if you want more notifications to our videos. I'll leave a link to his video, to his channel, where he talks more about the general ideas of crypto, more about general investment, and everything about that. And I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys in the next video.
See ya.